Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4. I'm very excited because I have Jessica Camper from Moonplay Cosmetics, the founder, creator. I was lucky enough to meet Jessica about a year ago to come to a cocktail event where she was going to announce this amazing cosmetics brand, Moonplay Cosmetics. And they just officially launched.
Yes, we did.
And I wanted to make sure Jess had every opportunity to share with the world how
Thank you.
brilliant.
You're so sweet, and you're such a huge inspiration. We're such big fans of yours. You're a big inspiration to me.
That's so crazy to hear from you, because I feel like you're such an inspiration, and just meeting you and hearing how you talk about color and talk about makeup, and not just makeup, just art. I truly, when I think about you, I think of a pure artist.
Thank you so much. Moonplay really is about, at the end of the day, I mean, it's called Moonplay and we talk about the moon a lot and we do love the moon, but really it's about art, and it's just about individuality and being yourself and giving people the space to do that. We just want everybody to be themselves, and you don't have to look like a certain person or be a certain way to be accepted anymore with beauty. We're very transparent, I guess, is what we strive to be. So, and I see that in you so much. So,
Well, before we get too into Moonplay, I do want to let the viewers and listeners know that Jess has been kind enough to offer a full set of the stroboscopes.
Yes.
Am I saying that right?
Stroboscope.
Stroboscope.
Yeah, stroboscope.
I was forgetting an O, and now I'm overly anticipating an O.
Yes.
So these are beautiful, beautiful. I don't even know how to describe them, because it doesn't do it justice to describe it by saying a highlight or a mixing medium, or I don't know.
Mixing medium is a great way to go, though. That's a very good terminology to use, because it really is. It's something that we have never seen before. It's it's multi-medium sort of thing. You can put it in lips, you can put it in foundation. You can get as creative as you want with it. I mean, you can do your sunscreen and just buff a little bit on with your fingertips. It's amazing stuff.
So Jess is going to be giving away 4 of them.
4 of them, yes.
One of each color to one lucky winner.
Super, super high tech. There was so much technology, and the ingredients are some of the finest ingredients in the world. So we are just, but we've made it easy. So we've done all the work for you guys. We've, made it easy, and they're multitasking go-tos. You just throw one in your makeup bag, and it's going to do a ton of stuff for you. So here's my cuckoo block.
We're at Jess's house, which is such an inspiring place in
It's
itself.
crazy.
No, but I was just using the restroom, and I'm like, oh, this chandelier is beautiful.
It's a weird one in there, and just strange things that we picked up along the way.
But I love it, and
Eclectic.
yes. And not only is Jess giving away the full collection to one lucky winner, but she's going to custom blend the lucky winner her own or his own stroboscope
Color. Yes. I make you something very special.
which is
One of a kind.
Yeah, it's going to be one of a kind, custom blended, just for the winner. If you want to enter, all you have to do is be a subscriber of this podcast, listen to the whole episode. We'll fill you in more at the end of this episode, but there'll be a link to enter. And also make sure you guys are following Moonplay Cosmetics on Instagram.
See us.
Yeah, follow them. I will make sure their handle is clearly in the description box and show notes. And yeah, but
Thank you.
of course, thanks for doing that.
Yes.
And
Thanks for being here and featuring us. We are so honored.
I'm so honored to have you. So before we go into Moonplay, can we do a quick little background of where you started? And
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So I ended up here. Basically, I started from the bottom of the pile of the heap, literally. So working in a department store, moving boxes for one of these large, beauty brands, and I worked my way up through the store, and I had some schooling, and then from there I went into the corporate side of it. I've done film, television. I've worked with big, major, Young and Rubicam and Wine & Kennedy. So I've done a whole lot of marketing and different things like that. And it just finally led me to this place of I know who I am and what I am, and I'm a creator. I create stuff. So that's how I ended up in this place, I guess. And I had always said that through my path, actually, to get where I'm at now. I would tell people, you know, well, I want to make the cosmetics, and they're like, oh, okay, you know, everybody, you know. So, and I was like, no, really, I do. And, you know, I'm here to tell people, if you have that feeling, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, the person that's going to hold you back is yourself. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. You just have permission to do it. If you want to do it, and if you just keep going, you'll have it. And the only way that you can fail is if you quit. So, with the startup, or with anything you desire and you're passionate about. And I honestly think that that's how I ended up where I'm at, is just having the drive and determination, and don't give up.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Because me even knowing about Moonplay, that this was going to be a thing, has been a year.
It's been a year.
Yeah. There was no product back then.
No, there wasn't. It was just that little powder that I whipped up for everybody in the morning of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is
just like,
by the way,
I would have that in my kit, though. I have to say, that color is like the color I would have in my kit. I would have that as in a powder form, and then also like lip glosses. I'd have like an orangey, saturated sort of tangerine,
Mhm.
a gold, and a silver. And that would get me, because I'm all about the mixing. Like, I'd like to cut the makeup bags in half. You know?
well, you also mixed color for the models or for the actors the
That's
night
what
before.
I'm known for. Yeah, you know, working in the industry, and working. I actually worked with some pretty big brands that you see in Sephora, or you know, the
Yeah.
large retail companies, luxury retail companies, and I forgot what I was saying. Sorry, it must be the
No.
concussion.
So if you guys don't know, Jess was actually supposed
Sorry.
to be. It's okay. Jess was supposed to be on the
I knew I was
podcast
gonna do
last
that
week,
sooner or later.
but she got in a pretty awful car accident. So the fact that she's still here, like,
Yeah, I
thanks.
was hit by someone who ran a red light. So don't run red lights, girls.
Don't
Put your
text and
phones
drive.
down. Yeah.
Don't snap and drive, because we're pretty sure that's what happened.
Yes, we are pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah, it's kind of a miracle you're still sitting here.
It
and
is.
It's
Yeah.
a miracle that you launched a cosmetics brand in the midst of
In
all
the midst
this.
of it, yeah. It's like, yeah, it was just, my car was doing donuts in the intersection, and you know, it's a miracle that no one else got hurt. So,
Yeah.
but and it was really close to the house. So just, you know, people just have to watch when they're driving. Just the
be
phone
careful.
situation. Oh my gosh! Just, if you got to do it, do it. Make sure you have like Bluetooth or something.
Yeah.
Just put the phone down. Put the phone down.
Yes. It's not always you that gets hurt.
Yeah.
So
So what was I saying?
you were talking about mixing color and
Yes,
how,
that's kind of
yeah.
what I was known for.
Yeah.
So working with the retailers and work with you know, models and actors and actresses, and sort of, that was kind of what my thing was. It just
That-
knowing, like looking at the shots the day before, or you know, going to, you know, having our production meetings and stuff, and then mixing it to be specific for that character, for that actress, that actor. Like that's the whole thing. Like that's the key to making it amazing.
And that's what, like, when I heard that, I was like, who is this woman who mixes color for each person that she does makeup on? Because that's unheard of. I know it's not unheard of, but it's so rare these days.
Yeah, it is.
And
If you see a makeup artist come into set with a huge tank of stuff, I don't know. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. But you know what? But I like support all forms of makeup.
Yeah.
All forms. If that's your deal and you'd like to do that, I think it's cool. I'm definitely more like, I like to
you
press
need
it into the skin. I like to mix it, and I like it to match and be fresh. It's like the color needs to be fresh and just pop right there on the spot. So 5 colors, 5 foundation shades should get you anything you need if you have the right colors.
Wow.
It's like anybody. Just that's a little tip.
Well, Jess actually did my makeup for a little promo, like the influencer side of Moonplay.
And we're going to show those. I'm so excited.
We're going to show this soon?
Yes,
Okay.
we're gonna show them.
If you follow me on Instagram or Snapchat, you guys would have seen it, or clips of it, bits of it. But I was so shocked to see that I think you had like 5 eyeshadow shades. You had 5 eyeshadow shades.
Yeah.
You had,
Those are all custom shades too. Those are not. No, wait. I think maybe there might have been a palette there, but it probably
there was no palette. You said that those were the 5 like you made and like pressed.
Yeah.
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 So she had made these shades, pressed them, and then that's all she had. And I would never have known, like looking around at all the models, because there's a whole set of models, and then there's like Tara and me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I was like, how do you create all these looks with 5 eyeshadow?
Yeah, it's true. It's just light and shading, and the icing on the cake really is the stroboscope. I mean, that is like that is like the key to making anything work. Oh my gosh, you just those 4 colors and a basic eyeshadow palette. Get yourself like 5 basic foundations and 3 concealers. You're set. You should be set for anything.
I think that's very good for makeup artists out there who are starting out or who are thinking about going into makeup, and they see these giant kits.
Don't get scared. Yeah.
And they're like, well, how can I afford makeup school and
You
the
don't.
products?
Yes. The best way to go is to mix your own colors, honey. I tell you right now, that's the best way to go. So you don't have to have fancy high-tech equipment, or you just need to see color, use your mind, use your creativity, and mix it, and just I mean, that's really what it's all about.
That's so amazing to me, especially as someone who I actually don't see color very well. I see color, but I see during the shoot. If you guys ever remember that Golden Globes dress, is this dress black and gold, or is it navy and I forget?
Yes,
yeah, that
navy.
one.
Yes,
navy.
it was navy blue. It was black, gold, and navy blue.
Yeah. Well, I only saw black and gold, and I could not understand why anybody would see this other thing. And when Hubs ended up.
Hubs saw it.
Yeah, Hubs saw it, and he was just like, no, this dress is this color. How do you see this? And I was like, I don't know. But when we were doing the photo shoot, I was actually in a dress that was similar in that situation. Yes. I saw black and gold, but everybody else who was an artist in the room saw blue and navy and gold and all the different aspects to this dress. And I was like, I still don't see it. Like, you can keep telling me this, but I don't see it. And that, I think, is so unique of a gift.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think we all have something,
Yeah, we all have different.
We all have different things.
Yeah, but that's such a gift, and it's like, because Hubs is very artistic in photography and
we're gonna give him makeup brushes. I'm telling you, get the boy some makeup brushes. He is going to surprise you.
People keep wanting
Look
me
at
to
him.
do
I just know.
People
I can feel it in my bones.
People keep wanting me to have him do my makeup, but I'm like, it's not going to be funny. He's going to take this really seriously.
I know.
And try and like make it look amazing. So
I know, I'm telling you, everything. Just give him a set of makeup brushes.
Yeah, I just think it's so brilliant. And even when you were describing the different powders to me, and is that even the right term, powders?
They're powders, and they're not dry.
No,
completely drying powders. They're actually, technically, they're translucent, to be honest with you. They're translucent powders. So what we're seeing is the light being split into colors when it hits the actual product. This might be a little too technical, but all of the particles line up together in one direction, and when the light hits the matrix of those particles, it splits the light like a prism, like we learned in kindergarten in school.
Okay.
And then you see blue, and you see red, and you see purple. That's what we're seeing. That's what iridescent means, and that's sort of like if you look at an opal, for example, when the light hits the inner matrix of the opal, because of the grooves and the areas on the inside, what's bouncing back is color that's being scattered and split. It's light, basically. So it's you're seeing light split.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's why it looks great on everybody, because it is technically translucent. So.
And why it doesn't add a powdery feel or powdery look to anything.
Yeah. It's like no white smudgy situation at all. We don't go there at all.
But each of these powders or translucent powders, each one of them have so many different color aspects to it. Like we did New York City Vamp on Me.
Yes.
I thought it was a blue powder. I just thought it was blue. And then as I swatched the final product today, you're telling me that there's
violet
and
and pink. like cotton
Yeah.
candy pink.
which I,
Really
once you told me, I was able to kind of see it a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just so unique because
Yes. And they're orbing powders. So we have two finishes. We have the hyper flash finish, which is that super high beam, almost like at nighttime when a bike is going by and you see a reflector. It's kind of like light just coming back at you. It's a traditional strobe powder, and the other powders are a completely new concept that we created and designed here, which are orb powders. And it just basically, you dust your whole skin with the powders and it gives you a 3-dimensional glow. It just is like a glowing orb. It's the
Wow.
coolest thing ever. So yeah.
yeah, and you can't overuse it. Like I did the full face using highlighters, and I made the mistake of using, not a good mistake, of using one of the custom blend powders you made for us. And I was like, well, I'll just put a lot of this in everything and that'll be like my highlight.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, this doesn't look like you did the full face highlight, because it's such a beautiful powder that even though I think I used half of that little set you gave me, it just looks good.
You know, and that's kind of, if you think of it in terms of filters, because we all look at filters now on our phones, and the filters that make people look really beautiful are the filters that allow the features to be shown, you know, through. So it keeps the 3 dimensions. So as opposed to just being 2 flat things, one on top of the other, you want your colors to you want to see this product and you want to see flesh in the product. That's when it looks amazing. That's when you get really beautiful finish.
Yeah, because I was like, I could wear this out.
Yeah.
Everyone else doing this full face highlight thing looks ridiculous. It was fun, obviously. Everybody loves the glow.
And it should be. It should be total fun.
Yeah, but mine was very wearable.
It's wearable fun. Seriously.
Yeah.
And you can make it really crazy if you wanted to get really crazy. You can do different things, like you can do it with a wet brush.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can use it with a loose powder brush. You can, there's just like endless possibilities that you can do. It's multitasking. And again, the 2 different formulas, the orb powder versus the flash. The flash has glitter, it's a little bit more glittery.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, it's not glitter technically. It's just a very fine.
Is that your cat?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. He summons. He's like, it's dinner time. Will you shut up? So the other powders is more like, the finish is more like a pearl or an opal.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just,
Now, which ones are the ones with the?
So Bow is the one that Sam Sherman named the night that I met you, and you guys came over, and I had whipped that up because that powder is something that I've made in the past that I know looks good on everybody.
Yeah.
It's like a universal, that peach, So I whipped that up and made that, and she really took to it because she is such a talented makeup artist. She's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So she opened it, looked at it, knew exactly what it was, and I'm like, okay, she knows what she's talking about here. She's like, she was really excited about it, and I'm like, she's really into the shimmer, and she knows how to use it, where to put it, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, it was really neat to make that finish and then make what I've been sort of working on, which is this orb finish, which are the other 3. So Lady Goldfish, Dolly Sand, and New York City Vamp. Yeah.
The Lady Goldfish is so gorgeous because, like, in the actual packaging, I'm like, oh, this looks a little orange, and I would normally
It's
avoid
not orange
that.
at all.
No, it's golden. I want to like put that all over my eyelid.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's so pretty, and it's got. It's actually, what people don't know is it's rose. So it has that orangey sort of peach base to it, but it has a rose shift, like the color travel. That's what it's technically called, is color travel. It's like when light is skipping across the surface of the product on your face, we're seeing the color travel. It's basically that's the terminology.
That's
But the shift or the travel that you see, it goes from that dark sort of rich peach tone, that orangey that you're talking about, sort of like a goldfish color, and it goes through that, and it goes through gold, and then it goes into rose, and then it has like a little bit of an apple green shift as well.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the finish at the end. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Because I had never seen it in person, so when I saw the lady goldfish, I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, I really like it.
It's really unique.
Yeah,
Really
and
different.
I also love that because metallic lips and duochrome lips are very in right now.
Yeah, it's kind of a form of duochrome, I would guess.
But I feel like if you have these powders, you don't have to buy all of these other lip products.
Not at all. This is like,
You can,
girl, telling you, yeah, you don't. It's and that stuff is so expensive, and I know that. Like people are like, oh, your powders are $43. You get a ton of powder, and you can literally take anything in your makeup wardrobe and make it like next level.
Yeah.
Like, make it super high performance. I mean, I had to fight for these ingredients too. It's like some of the very, very best ingredients, and they were not cheap.
no,
So we
and
searched the world for them, literally.
so first off, sorry, I can't talk. First off, everything's 100% cruelty free.
It's 100% cruelty free, and that takes a little bit more time too. I mean, it took us a little bit more time to develop it for those reasons, but yes, we are cruelty free.
And it's sourced, or it's made in LA.
It's made in LA.
Yeah.
Everything is made in the U.S.
So that's also nice to know and important.
And ingredients are sourced from places we absolutely know. Usually a brand creator doesn't get as involved as I do, because I'm also an artist. So what's happened is I basically am working directly with sort of where the drop off in the communication tends to happen sometimes, not always, just in some situations, which is at the lab.
Yeah.
So what we really need in the field, what people are asking for versus what we can make in the lab, and how we can make it and how we can make it better. So I'm sort of the connection, and what I'm getting involved with is the ingredient companies. So that's our whole, that's our whole deal, is that, I'm very, very much involved in where the ingredients come from, what they look like, what their quality is like. And then because I'm making them here, I'm doing a prototype here in our studio. So I'm making the art and then taking it to the lab. And it's just like, okay, we need to make this, and working with these guys are masters. Like I would never, if you want to, go to school for, to be a chemist and everything. I think that's wonderful, but don't let that hold you back. If you do want to do it, there's always a way, I'd say there's always a way. But a guy, these artists, because they truly are artists, they are masters at, at compounding. So, and the other thing with me is I'm just a luxury freak. I just like things that really work well. Just, we're paying for it anyways. We should really, people should expect more from their cosmetics. They really should.
Well, even with drugstore prices, I do expect a lot. And on my channel, I don't feature a lot of drugstore. I don't feature a lot of what people would deem affordable products. But if I do, it's because it's good.
Yeah.
And
that's a reality.
Another thing is drugstores are not cheap anymore. I just did the
That's so good that we have you though, because I can trust you. If you tell me it's good, I know it's good. So
and
that's what we need.
I'm shocked at the prices of the drugstores even these days. Like the foundation I do like from the drugstore is $13 retail. It's not going to last you all day though. And then one that is good is $10, but it's not as good as some of the ones that if I have to be on set, if I have to wear this all day and look good on camera, I'm going to reach for a certain product.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not that much more expensive than what drugstores are charging these days, because I think I was reading a Glamour magazine and they were saying the most popular drugstore one is $22.
Yeah. And that's like, you're right in the pocket there, of just a couple dollars more or
you can get a more better quality product.
It is, and and I'm sure there are a lot of people have mixed feelings about this, but the truth of the matter is I make cosmetics. I'm a cosmetic designer. There is a difference.
Okay, I think a lot of my listeners would like to know.
Yeah, I just want to say that, and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or cause dismay, but there is not always, and sometimes it is truly like you said, you have that quality, but there's just a big difference, you know.
Well, there has to be at some point because of where's the savings of the cost.
Right.
A lot of people ask me what my thoughts are, and I really don't know because I don't know enough. But certain brands are sister brands, but
Yes,
a drugstore
that's true.
version. So they want to know, well, isn't it the same as the more expensive sister?
No.
It's not.
No.
I didn't think so, because how can they possibly make a profit if it is?
Right, exactly. It's, you know, that's kind of how, you know, you get what you pay for. There's really no other way around it. That being said, there's also something to be said about luxury brands that are luxury, yet the performance isn't there.
Or
So-
full of fragrances,
Yeah.
which can irritate the skin.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, it does go both ways. Just because it's luxury doesn't mean it's good.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and I'm not saying all luxury are good, because that's not true
No.
either.
I know that for a
Yeah.
fact. It's not.
Yeah.
Or one luxury brand, they're really good for this one thing.
Sure, and that's cool too. I mean,
Mhm.
I think that people should have the freedom to make their own choices too with cosmetic brands, and you know, and a lot of people, you know, certain brands focus on, you know, their key sort of go-to, and it's okay to mix and match.
Yeah.
I'd say use Moonplay with anything you have. You know,
That's
it's
what I
just-
love about Moonplay is that it's not like you can only use our stuff.
Not at all.
Yeah.
We definitely are not that person. Those
No.
persons. We're just like, yeah, we want you to mix and make your own magic with what you have, and you don't have to be rich or have a ton of money to do it. It's, you know,
It's about being creative.
it's about being creative and using what you have to, you know, maybe you just get one color, you know, and you mix it with the shades that you have. Really good makeup though, it really is a matter of mixing it and making your own colors, you know, if that's my opinion.
And having that freedom. Like,
having the freedom,
yeah.
to express yourself. And the powders, I'm hoping that's what we are doing. It's like, you know, you have permission granted to go and just be yourself. Do it. Just have a good time. And like, life is like too short. Don't take it so serious. Like, beauty is not critical. So this is just stuff that makes you look great, and we just, you know, it should make you look great and feel good and
have fun.
have fun. Yeah, have
Yeah.
a good time. It's you know, but I mean, it's serious, you know, because about the quality and what will actually pass our standards here. But as far as the actual product, it's all about fun and joy and being yourself.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
And I think you encompass, like, you're able to have a product that like encompasses you as an artist,
Yes.
as a human being, and I love that you didn't try to just do what everybody else was doing. You're not trying to just
Not at all.
and not trying to create something that's like generic or that will sell for sure.
Right.
You know, you didn't do a ton of marketing
What
research.
we did was the hardest thing to launch with, which is a powder.
Yeah.
That is one of the hardest. Yeah. But I mean, this is what I know. I know that's like inside out, backwards, upside down. This is who I am, is in that jar. So, like, my 25 years in the business, in all aspects of the beauty industry, is in that jar. So, you know, it's so it's pretty exciting. But yeah, we you know, we have some other exciting products that we're, you know, in development right now that are super amazing.
Is there
I wish
anything you can share?
I wish I could.
Yeah.
I will say this. Lips. That's all I'll say.
Okay. I am so excited because the first time I met you, you had the most beautiful smoky eye.
Oh, thank
You were doing, it was almost black. It was
Yes.
probably black with like some sort of dimension.
Yeah,
I can't
I think I
describe.
did. I think, yeah, that I had like my Gucci dress on. I think it was like one of those that I got on sale.
But here's the funny thing is like you were wearing Gucci before Gucci made its big comeback.
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously.
like-
Did it make a comeback?
It made a huge comeback. It's like all over the place now.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
girl, the yellow suit from last year. But the yellow suit, seriously. I need it. I wanted that suit so bad. If anyone sees that, go on sale in a size extra small. I'll pay you for it later.
Yes, buy it. Jess will buy it off of
I'll buy it off of you.
but you had this beautiful smoky eye. It was black almost, and then you had this beautiful lip with so many dimensions. And it was probably like the closest thing to duochrome before duochrome was a thing on lips. Before metal or metallic lips were a thing.
Yes.
And I remember just staring at you and being like,
I remember us talking about the lip, and that what I was wearing was, I just staple in my kit those 3 shades I was telling you about. It's kind of like the go-tos, and if you have those basic 3 shades, you're good. Like, you'll make it through anything, pretty much.
And yeah, because I asked you, I'm like, what are you wearing? And you're like, oh, it's just this thing I have in my kit that I make myself. And I was like,
I think it was the tangerine version. Like, there's like a tangerine, a gold, and a silver. Yeah.
It looked like pink to me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because I'm clearly colorblind.
It's but, yeah. Well, and see, when I say tangerine, I think I don't. People think orange, and I probably think more of like pink grapefruit is really what it is.
So that's probably
the color.
It's
just really tangy and just like pretty. It is pink, actually. Honestly,
well, dumb it down. Well, dumb it down for me. It was.
Yeah. it was. It technically was pink. Yeah.
But it was so beautiful, and then I remember suddenly like metallic lipsticks were everywhere, and now duochrome lipsticks, and you know, a good quality metallic or duochrome is going to be about $20. So if you have this stroboscope, you can apply it to the center and get that beautiful.
You'll get amazing. This actually will make any of your lipsticks have like a suede finish too.
Ooh.
And hydrating. So if you want that sort of matte finish that's kind of popular, but you still want the duochrome, just literally just tap your finger into it and just glaze it across your lips, and your lipstick will be on like long wearing. Even if it's like a lipstick that doesn't wear long, put a little bit of that on top of it, and you're good to go.
That's so good to know.
Yeah. So you can do it with lipstick. You can put it in lip gloss. But that's a cool trick if you have like a full coverage lipstick and you want that sort of suede finish. Dust this on top. Sorry. Dust that on top. It's like such a perfect little.
It's a little round snowball.
It is. It's like so. I'm sure it was very expensive too. I don't want to touch it. We can edit that out. So, but yeah, it's really great for lips. It really changes a full coverage lipstick. You can do a lot with. So.
That's so cool to know.
It's really flat and two-dimensional, like the lipstick that you have, or maybe it's a lipstick that you invested money in, and you've got like, okay, I spent some money and it wasn't quite what I was thinking. Put this on top of it, and then you have something.
Yeah, that's so cool. And or even like mix it with your lip balm.
Lipstick. You can mix it with primer. You can mix it with moisturizer, foundation, oils, any kind of oil.
I'm so excited to mix this.
I know, it's so much fun. Oh my gosh.
You
can just and you can orb your body too.
I actually need to start doing that, because I'm on camera.
I saw you guys. You were talking with Tati. Is it Tati?
Yeah, Tati. Yeah.
And you guys, she was talking about, she did her
I
was like, girl.
She highlights everything showing.
You guys looked amazing.
Part of it is her amazing lighting that I couldn't stop staring at myself in the monitor. I was holding this lighting.
Oh my God, I'm like, I love her.
But the other thing is I love Tati because she is always so put together, and I'm kind of always like,
to the nines.
Yeah.
Even the nails, her nails are I was like, gosh, she is amazing. In every way, shape, and form.
Yeah. So put together. So generous, such a gracious woman, and so inspiring too. I've looked up to her since before I started my own channel, and I'm just like, I need to highlight my collarbone like Tati.
The orb powders are so amazing for that. Oh my gosh, people will be like, what is that shit? And then they'll see the color and they're like, wait a minute.
What is that?
What is that? That was like a cotton candy flash. What is that?
I really have to do that, and I'm very excited to get the powders
it's gonna
because
be so pretty on you. Oh my gosh, with your skin, the perfect skin. Oh my God.
Well, because unfortunately, a lot of the highlighters that work on my face, they don't work very well on my collarbone.
Really? Are they I wonder why that is.
They don't show up.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's because I don't have foundation on my chest
you don't need, but with this, it's pungent.
I know, that's why I'm excited. I'm like,
It's gonna suck. We put just enough there. The formulation is very high tech, so it's not just a loose powder that flies everywhere.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. This actually was created to be more of a clumping powder.
Mm-hmm.
So, but not a clumping powder like some people might think in terms of pigments, where it's literally in clumps. It's still finely milled, and it's just incredible stuff the way it works.
Yeah, you were telling me about it because I was going through that whole drama over talc.
Exactly.
And you were saying, oh, this is why it's taking even longer. It's because it's got this ability to clump and not go all over the place where you're inhaling it.
And yes, and what a lot of people don't realize is that why it's loose is specifically for the formulation.
Mm-hmm.
That's the secret. That is the secret. The secret is that if you press this, you're not going to get that finish.
Yeah.
Ever. It's just not possible.
And I think maybe that's what happened with a lot of the highlights I use.
Yes.
It just doesn't stick to bare skin.
It doesn't stick, and you lose the dimension.
Mm-hmm.
You're crushing the particles really, and destroying all of the beauty.
Yeah.
By pressing it. So, that's why, because a lot of people are like, well, it's messy, or well, they're just like.
This was not messy.
It's not messy.
No.
Because it's got just enough, stick to it so that it doesn't fly around when you open a jar, but it's not sort of thick and clumpy when you try to spread it. I mean, your product should just blend on effortlessly. You shouldn't have to push really hard or blend, or that you shouldn't have a lot of fallout.
And I think
that's kind of the.
I think a lot of products these days, we're so used to sacrificing color payoff for blendability and ease of use.
Yes,
because
I don't have to anymore.
I always find myself like, if something's super pigmented, I'm like blend, like almost hurting myself to make it blend.
Yes.
Whereas I just want something that's very pigmented but easy to work with and smooth and buttery.
That's what this is. That's exactly, and I feel for you on that. That is so true. Yeah. It's just we want it to be blendable, and the more color you get and the more matte you get, it is tough to get it to blend. That is very true. It's just the nature of pigments.
Yeah.
And just how they are. And this is a complete product that we have, stroboscope. It's not a pigment. So it's an actual formulated, advanced powder. It's like a high performance powder. So multitasking. So
I love it. I'm so excited. It's finally here.
I know. Excited too. We're blowing through it. So it's like anything too. It's made with rare ingredients, and and it is made in the U.S. and there's just a lot to it. So we do small batches. So we're not going to do huge batches and let it sit in a warehouse. Which
I am very, very happy about, because obviously the more you produce, the more of a price break you get.
Yes. That's very true.
But it also, I feel like, a lot of the products we purchase these days as consumers have been sitting on the shelf or in a warehouse for years.
And it grosses me out.
It grosses me out because there's bugs.
I don't mean to
there's things.
I'm not being a tattletale or anything like it. There's nothing, I'm just saying things that everybody knows. We all know this to be true. And I just can't, I could never be the person that would sell something like that. I just can't.
Yeah, and I have so much respect because, starting a cosmetics line in itself, but then being so ethical about everything.
Absolutely.
Because nobody would fault you if you had to do that to cut cost, but that you...
Well, if a product is past its expiration date on a shelf, I wouldn't sell it.
Well,
for cost reasons, whatever, there's just no way I would compromise ever for, it's just... Why are we doing it then? It's almost like, why are we making this? You could be making lawn mowers then. If you have that kind of, what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't really matter what we're selling. It's like, we're not selling quality for sure. We're selling something that's been sitting on a shelf for 6 years.
Yeah. But everything has been so well thought out. The packaging is beautiful. The logo is beautiful. The box, you guys. When you see this box, when you open it up, it's almost like being in Jess's house. Wherever you look,
it's wacky.
There's something there's something new that you're seeing for the first time. Like, I've been to your house a few times now. I spent like a whole day here.
Yes.
And everywhere I look, I'm like, oh wait, there's this, or there's these things in the bathroom window that I didn't see before. And that's this box and this packaging, which I love.
It totally is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is like, yeah, I wanted it to, the inside actually is my artwork. So that I do. So, because, you know, I am an artist. So, and it says Moonplay. It's like it's hidden in there.
I tried to see it.
That's okay.
See it right
You
now.
probably won't be able to. It's okay.
We'll have Hub see if he can see it later. But yeah, it's really fascinating because when you said that, and like I even caught the Moonplay embossed on the black.
Yes, it's like black on black. It's supposed to, I was hoping it would look like space cargo, really, is what it's supposed to look like. Just like something that's
space cargo.
I don't either. That was the inspiration, like
Okay.
space circus, space cargo, something like that. Like some rare event out in space that happened. And
That's so cool.
yeah, a little bit of Superman, a little bit of all kinds of stuff. But yeah, it's got a little window on the bottom too, so you can see the color in the products.
Yeah,
So
I like the cutout of the box.
the box is really cool. And I'm not a box person. I'm like, get rid of every box known to man. Like, we are so outside of the box, you know.
Yeah.
There's not even a, you know. So it was challenging for me to put my product in a box.
Well, it had to be delivered somehow.
Yeah, it did.
So
Yeah.
It needed to be able to stack.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, okay, let's make it like easy to, like, what's easy to just, I always think about store. Like, how am I going to sell this in a store too? It's like so much easier if we can just see what color it is. Like, on the
Yes.
bottom of it. Can we just see the color, you know? Or as opposed to this little tiny strip that has like, you can't, like, it's so hard.
Or numbers for names.
Yeah.
I cannot stand that because I'm like, how am I going to remember this?
Exactly. It's just, you know, I think it just makes everyone's life easy.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a lens on the bottom, which is kind of like reminiscent of a strobe light, and
Yeah.
just so many different things about it. And it actually is a picture of the Apollo which one they landed on? The Apollo moon landing? That was it Apollo 14?
I have no idea.
It was actually the date that we launched, so we probably want to edit that out because I'm like, let me think.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's the 16th of July, which actually I think is Apollo 14, and that's when the first man landed on the moon.
Oh wow, so they
I think
didn't
it's
land
14.
before that?
They didn't. Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
okay.
Yeah, that was we were the first persons to walk. Was it 14?
11.
Apollo 11. That's right.
Okay.
No, Apollo 14. What date was Apollo 14? Because I think actually that's a different date. We won't talk about what date that is, though. We won't give that away. It's my birthday.
Oh.
I was born. I'm definitely
Apollo 13?
No,
14?
Apollo 14 was January 31st, 1971.
Oh.
That's right. But actually, I'm only 20. That's how that works.
I'm gonna remember that. 'Cause I'm
That's
like,
my birthday, but I'm 20. Because that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna believe it. They said I could be anything I wanted, so I'm gonna be 20.
So with the stroboscopes, you've been using these way before Moonplay in your own kit.
All kinds of, yes, things of this nature in my own kit.
Okay.
That's sort of multitasking go-to substance that we can mix with other things to get where we need to go. And I just, you know, with what's going on just with technology and the filters that you have, you know, and the mobile age, this product was made for the mobile age.
Yeah, it looks great in selfies.
Yes.
Like, it just looks really good.
And you know, we're always taking pictures, and you should feel great about your pictures. And that doesn't mean you have to have pounds and pounds of makeup on, or you have to have perfect features, or what have you. It just means you should feel good about your pictures that you see.
Well, I think that's what's so powerful about cosmetics in general is that it's not a right way or a wrong way. It's
Not at all.
whatever
Yeah.
makes you feel and look your best.
That's right, and people need to just keep that in mind. Beauty is not something we can package and just give to people. Like, you know, you have to look like this, and that is completely unreasonable. And we are that's not who we are at all.
No,
So.
it should elicit a feeling from within.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
It should be a joyful thing, you know. You should
Yeah.
want to put makeup on. If you wake up in the morning and you don't want to put it on, it's probably because you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
At that point, it's
Yeah.
like, change it up, you know. It
And
should be a fun thing.
I just love like seeing, I'm very, very lucky and blessed that I get sent a lot of products and a lot of things don't work for me or I get sent multiples. So I love packaging things up and giving it to my friends and they get so excited. Like even my friends who don't really wear makeup at all, they get so excited to go through my makeup collection, just like swatching away eyeshadows. They'll take home a lipstick that they would never wear.
That's
or,
awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Introducing people to things they normally wouldn't try or
Yeah.
wear. It's just, you know, and that's where the empowerment comes from.
Yeah, and I want people to know that. I want people to remember that you don't have to go out with makeup. Makeup is a choice.
It is. It's like you're good with it and you're good without it.
Yeah.
It's not required,
Yeah,
you know, but it's a good time.
and there's no
You do
right
it.
or wrong,
There is no right or wrong.
as long as you feel good.
As long as you feel good, exactly. And, you know, that's what it should be. That's what it should be about.
So I know you did do, and this might be traumatic to talk about, but I know you did do a lot of on-set work as a makeup artist.
Yes.
What was that like? Because I know a lot of my listeners might want to.
I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing it. I am definitely a creator, though. I realized that I wanted more. There was just more that I wanted to do, I guess, makeup-wise. But being on set I really enjoyed photo styling. That was really what I enjoyed the most, I'd have to say.
Okay, so you would like more editorial stuff.
Yeah, more,
and-
yes, more
Mhm.
editorial stuff. So commercial, I guess, because you can, you know, you just have much more to work with, and it's, you know, it's just a different sort of vibe to.
On set, having
Yeah.
continuity.
Yes.
And having to. I don't know. When I was on set, I would always have to like wear less is more to the point where I'm like, can I have some eyeliner?
Yeah, can someone please give me some eyeliner?
Yeah, I'm like, can you please like add some lashes or some liner?
You just want to feel like you're, you know, I guess as an artist, that was the thing I was missing working on pictures, on films, unless it was super creative. You know, the art films that I got to work on, those were so much fun.
Yeah,
I got to make this woman into like 16 different characters, like a Marilyn Monroe, and she was like a Venus supermodel, and then this guy delivered a meatloaf. You know, it was like horror, and I got to do all that stuff. So
Yeah.
and that I do have a background in that too. So we did a lot of, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun, I would say, you know, but it definitely is something I think that's gaining more popularity, I think, with, you know, kids wanting to sort of do that, and I would say be open to different kinds of artistry.
Mm-hmm.
As a new makeup artist, try everything before you say, no, I have to go this way, I have to get into this union or that union,
Mhm.
and I have to do it this way. I would say explore your options before you really get your heart set on that, because
Yeah.
there's so many different avenues that you can go down.
Well, that's what's really interesting is that the more I am like exposed to the industry, I didn't realize how many possibilities there are. So it's not just if you went to makeup school or if you became a makeup artist as an apprentice or something that you can only work either under a brand or on set.
Right.
Because in
There's
my
so many different
yeah.
things you can do. You know, there's so many industries and avenues, and I would say try them all. You know,
Yeah.
everything from prosthetics to beauty and to you know, bridal stuff. You know, all the try the whole spectrum. You know?
Mhm.
And yeah, so but for me, the rewarding part definitely came in creating stuff. It just
Yeah.
it was a constant, and that's why I really did enjoy working on the indie films. Those were my favorite by far.
Did you ever work on bridal?
Yes,
You did.
yes, I've done bridal.
Was there any?
Actually, stroboscope was just recently my niece got married, and she was the first, her wedding was the first to try out. We actually brought the whole all of the colors, and I had like a Moonplay makeup artist go with me to her wedding, and we did makeup and hair. We had like a whole team. So
That's amazing.
just to see what it looked like on camera, I was like, that was our first sort of, go around with it on camera. So
Oh, that's awesome. So it is very wearable. It can be
it's
very
totally wearable. Yeah, she wore it on, for her wedding
Mhm.
day. She, definitely the vow. It is. I can see where Sam came up with the concept. She named it. So
Yeah.
Vow. is
And Sam is Samantha Sherman
Samantha Sherman
on YouTube. She creates amazing, beautiful looks.
Beautiful stuff.
And you know what I think is really great is that everybody who plays with it has their own take on it. Like Sam
Yeah.
creates beautiful glam looks. Still very wearable, just a little more glam than what I typically go for. So I'm going to be mixing this with my tinted moisturizer.
Absolutely.
You know, like
can. And
Mhm.
that's the great thing about it is the versatility, and that's the thing that I hope we can get across to people is that it's super versatile. You can get super high end blinged out like that look that you want, or a super glammed out look, or you can have it just be just something that's very subtle and pretty and unusual and unique, and people just take a double take. They're like, wow, that is really pretty, but it's subtle enough for you to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Completely wearable. Yeah, because that's the other thing. I would never make something that's not wearable, because it doesn't make any sense.
No,
to
but
do that.
I think when people
So-
hear that you custom blend color and that you come from this makeup artistry, like I think sometimes whoever's sitting at home listening who only wears tinted moisturizer and mascara might be afraid of the product. But
absolutely.
I think it's
Don't be afraid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a makeup artist or an artist that you are inspired by?
I would say I have one. There's an artist in my life that's always been in my life, which is my dad, and he's inspired me the most. And he's actually a director, and he makes amazing art films about creation. So I would have to say my biggest influence in life, and sort of where I drew a lot of inspiration were the images of the beautiful things that he would shoot. So in a unique way he would do it. So I think that's where a lot of my inspiration comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's so amazing. You're really from a line of artists.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, and my mother's a writer too. So
Oh,
she's-
wow.
Yeah, so yeah.
Still like a creative artist.
Yes.
So for those of us like at home who might not be surrounded by parents who are very artistically inclined, or who even
It doesn't matter though. That comes. We all come with it.
Yeah.
You arrived with it inside of you.
yeah.
It's just you just have to activate it. There's something there. Every single last one of us have. We all have something special. You just
Yeah.
have to find it and be open. Never doubt yourself, because being here is just a miracle that you're in a body on Earth. It's
Living
amazing.
and breathing.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anything that you would like to tell the listeners or viewers if like they've always wanted to get into something that they're passionate about, like other than just going for it, and they might have some lumps, they might have some parents who don't want them to do it, they want them to take the safe road. Like, what are some parting thoughts and maybe some advice?
My parting thoughts and advice are anything you do in your life, do it with passion, and you're never going to go wrong.
Yeah.
Always have the passion. If you've got the passion, you will finish it. And it doesn't matter if people are like, you can't do that, you can't do that. If you have passion for it and determination and never give up, no matter what, you will not fail if you just keep going. That's the secret. Just keep going.
I think that's really true, because who would have thought like we'd be even sitting here today?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've had so many people like, are you crazy? You're launching with a loose powder and you're this, that, and the other, and it's
Yeah.
but there's a voice inside of you. You just have to listen to it, and you just have to find yourself and know who you are, and just do it with passion. When I say find yourself, I'd say find your passion.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you're really passionate about, and just never give up on it. Always drive to find it.
And there's so many things you can do within that passion. Like,
Oh yeah.
just because you
Absolutely.
might not be the makeup artist, but you love makeup, there's so many fields, and
There's so many different avenues, and versions of beauty. I mean, there's just, you could be an esthetician, you could do, it's not just, there's not just one thing. There are so many different, especially now, because it is a mobile age, it really has turned into such a huge industry.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think there's something in the beauty industry for everybody.
Yeah.
I really do. I think.
Even marketing.
Yeah.
If you come from a marketing background and you went to a 4-year school, you can market something more,
Absolutely.
even better if you love it.
You can.
Yeah.
And if you're passionate about cosmetics, you should be in this industry.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
you have something like a marketing background to offer, or an advertising background,
Absolutely.
or
It's
science.
applicable. Yes.
I wish I had a chemistry background, because I find it so fascinating that you're able to create products.
You can do it.
I know.
You can do it too. See, that's the thing. I think I would say this too for people. There is no right or wrong way to be in the beauty industry
Mm-hmm.
at all. There, you have, everything that you need is there. Whatever part you're interested in, you just do a little research on that and head in that direction, and whatever your passion is. It's not a special school, or you need to get a special signature from someone, or it's like your permission is granted to just go forward and live your dream, and it could be in marketing, it could be in product development, it could be in so many different, it could be in making components or boxes, or
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different pieces to it.
Yeah, and it's also very interesting to me, like the people I'm drawn to, the people I enjoy working with, and I'm very picky with makeup artists, estheticians, just because I've been exposed to so many.
Yes,
And
you are very picky. I love that about you.
I'm very picky. What's really interesting is that everybody that I
Everyone should be picky though.
especially when it's your face,
Yeah,
yes.
we're putting the stuff on our face.
Yeah, but when I am drawn to someone and whom I respect them, they're not always the one who went to college and passed
Absolutely.
all the tests.
No.
They're usually someone who, yes, they have education in it, but they apprenticed, or they had on, in the field
That's
experience.
the thing, yes, and when I look at applications, I think for people, the thing that impresses me the most is that they have done everything.
Mhm.
If you went to college, I think it's amazing. And if you also happen to have a retail job and you just experience the process of just selling a product,
Mhm.
and you have a marketing degree, that makes you amazing.
Yeah.
To me, that because you completely understand what it means to market a product and to sell it. You understand what goes behind it, the selling piece. You can't. That's something you just not always going to learn in college or in school.
No.
You just have to live it.
Yeah.
And apprentice. And I did tons of apprentice work. With other makeup artists. When I was doing, especially we were doing the special effects and stuff. I actually had a makeup artist that I apprenticed with, and he was very amazing. He was a really good makeup artist, a special effects artist.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
have to learn
You have to learn.
in the field
And
when
I
things
did
go
all
wrong.
all the things. You're standing in the field wearing overalls and boots up to over your knees, and you're filthy, and but you're learning. So.
Yeah, the on-the-go problem solving.
Mhm.
You have to do it.
You have to, exactly, and just get your hands dirty is what I'd say. Get in there and just do it. Yeah.
It's awesome. So where can everybody find Moonplay Cosmetics?
Right now we are in e-commerce, so moonplaycosmetics.com. You can find us. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram. Should we say this?
Yeah, everything's Moonplay, right?
Yes, Moonplay Cosmetics. Yeah.
Okay. I will also have the website, all the social handles in the show notes, as well as in the video description box. If you would like a chance to enter, there will be a giveaway entry link. I run all the giveaways through Gleam so that it's fair, it's random.
That's so exciting. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for just someone who wouldn't normally think of purchasing it to try it, because it's it will change the way you think of makeup and how you
Yes.
do makeup. It really will.
And I think not just being able to get the 4 stroboscopes, but to have a custom blend by Jess.
Yes, a custom blend, and I'll fancy up the box too.
You know, I wasn't even expecting that. I was like, it would be really cool just to get a little tester tube, because those were the first 2 I ever got, and I treasure those, by the way.
Aww.
But I just found out they will be packaged as well.
We'll put them in, they'll be packaged, absolutely. And if it's a great shade and you start wearing it and it starts to catch on, well, girl, you might just make it.
You might just be able to name it.
That's right, you might be able to name it.
So-
Seriously, let's do that, actually. You know
Okay.
what, guys? Whoever I make this for, you're gonna name it.
That's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
So
you
I'm
get
gonna
to
make
be
it
a
for
part
you,
of it.
and then you're going to name it.
That's
So cool.
really cool. So if you want to enter, the giveaway link is in the show notes and the description box of the YouTube video. And it will be, I'm going to have the giveaway open for a month.
Okay.
Open for a month. And I will ship you the 4 powders, but then I'll get you in contact with Jess so she can create your perfect powder for
Yes,
you.
just show me a picture and we'll just have a little conversation on the phone and I'll make some amazing magic for you guys.
Yes.
Something very special.
And by the way, like, this is Jess. Like, she will call you up and be like, what is it that you want?
I will.
You know,
I'm
not,
probably the only one that
not
do
very
it.
many brand creators, owners, or, you know, head
I'm very
of a cosmetics like, we'll sit there, call you on the phone and mix as you're on the phone, probably.
It's like, put your money where your mouth is, for real. It's just like, you know, that's what impresses me. It's like, if you produce this stuff, you understand it inside and out, through and through, and that's who we are as a brand. You know, we just, you know, and we understand that people do. You know, we love people and we want people to be able to express themselves. And you know, it doesn't matter what size or shape you come in, form you come in, man, woman, boy, girl, whatever. You know, it's just what matters is just being able to be yourself while you're here on this planet. Just enjoy it.
It's so beautiful. So, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so
and
much for having me.
I'm so happy we got you on.
Thank
and
you.
if you guys have any questions for Jess, I will direct you to the Instagram and Facebook for Moonplay Cosmetics, because
Happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, and
I'm on there all the time, but usually it's, you know, 90% of the time you'll probably get, I see everything that's happening and I make a lot of comments.
no,
I'm
that's
there for the comments.
I don't think this will always be the case.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will be, but also understandably it might not be. So I would definitely take advantage of
Well, you
any.
can now.
Yeah, if you're a makeup artist, if you're an aspiring makeup artist, or if you're interested in anything behind a cosmetics line, take
Come
advantage.
hang out with us. Yeah. Come join us for the process, you know.
Yeah,
Come watch us, you know, explode. So.
and the cuckoo clock is going.
I know. Seriously, the cuckoo clock.
No, but seriously, if you guys are listening to this podcast like on your commute, I would check out the video version just because you'll get a little glimpse of the house. Obviously, we're not going to show the house because privacy reasons, but
I could show the inside wackiness if you want to.
we'll show a couple whacking. I'll show you
like-
the lamp, or not, what do you call that? The fixture, the lighting fixture in the bathroom.
Yeah, you can. The fixture,
Yes.
and if you want to, you can show the Beetlejuice sculpture in the living room.
Okay, so I'm gonna insert some clips at the end of this interview on the video aspect of it to kind of like show you guys, because
It's a museum.
it's awesome. It's so awesome. And yeah, so thank you so much for listening to episode 4. Thank you to Jess coming
Thank you.
on here. And make sure you are subscribed by iTunes, Google Play, or I always say this wrong,
Lips.
Libsyn. Libsyn. I really appreciate all of the listeners who have already taken the time to rate us and leave reviews. It really helps us kind of get pushed up onto that discovery page. And if you have any questions for me, you can tweet me at Serein Woo. And I will talk to you guys next week, next Friday. Bye.
Bye. sweaty balls or what? I'd like feel like I want to have that conversation with this thing. Like, what is that? You know those two people? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That was so immature of me. I'm sorry.
No.
Not at all.
Okay.
I actually wish we would have gotten that.
These things are so like odd.
Sweaty balls.
I forget